Hi, makeup artist Lily Beth here. I just want to share with you quickly 5 of my favourite beauty tools that I'm using at the moment. I use these tools every day and they cost $40 or under each. So here's what I start with most mornings. After I've done my skincare, I start with my favourite foundation and I use a kabuki brush. So lots of different brands have these. You can get them from Sigma or Real Techniques or unbranded brushes like the ones I use, or I get them online. The ones from Sigma is the F80 brush, and you might have seen something a little bit like this. It's a flat top kabuki brush and it's created really with liquid foundations in mind. So originally you may have just seen kabuki brushes as the kind of the rounded natural bristle hair brushes, the really fat gorgeous ones for buffing in mineral powder foundation. But this is a kabuki brush that's usually flat topped or angled like this one, could also be rounded perhaps or more pointed, but the flat top and angled ones like this are awesome for covering a larger area of your face compared to the little paddle brushes that sometimes you might use for foundation. So most makeup artists probably have this in their personal collection, if not their professional kit as well. So this is what I use. I grab my foundation, I actually just put it straight into the head of the brush. None of this mixing it on the back of my hand because I ain't got time for that, so I just chuck it right into the brush, and then I just use really lovely big quite strongly what's it called, heavy downward strokes, and I'm kind of putting a bit of pressure on so it spreads out the bristles of the brush and I can cover my whole face really quickly. Of course I spend a bit more time just trying to get it how I want it, but this is a lot faster than using smaller brushes, and it's much less messy than using your hands to apply your foundation. So if you're using a liquid, this is a really lovely kind of product to go for, and the bristles are really super soft and they're synthetic, so no animals were harmed in the making of those bristles. So that's a flat top kabuki brush from different brands. You can get them through me if you wish, but they'll vary in price. You could pay hundreds of dollars for a brush, but the ones I would buy, or you might find them in shops for about $40, something like that, if you can go to the right place. Okay, so the next thing is my favourite foundation. This is actually a product by Mary Kay. It's not sold in stores, it's just direct sales or party plan. So I have an account with them so I can get them without having to go into a store, because you can't buy them in a store. So this is the matte wear foundation, and this little purple code is for matte. They also have a luminous wear product in the same range, luminous wear foundation, but it has a bit of a sheen to it that I do not like. I find it enhances every little line and wrinkle and pore, so I find the matte wear product is much nicer, I think, on the skin. And if it feels too dry, you just add a foundation primer or a moisturizer underneath it and you're good to go. So that is my favorite foundation for myself, and I use it on almost all of my customers. I find it's got fantastic coverage, and the price is $39 a tube, which is pretty cool. The next thing I use that you often can't find in stores is a heated eyelash curler. So you may have seen the regular curlers that look a bit like a pair of scissors, but there's a little, rubber plastic band in there, and you just use force to kind of push your lashes up and get a really nice curl in there. So it uses the same kind of idea, but it uses heat as well as the pressure. So you get a longer curl, and it's more dramatic than using a regular force only lash curler. So this has got some batteries in it. You turn it on, the light goes on, and in a few seconds that little red strip, it's a silicone strip, it goes clear, and once it's clear it's heated and it's warm to use, so you'll feel some heat or warmth when you touch it. You pop your lashes through there like normal. This is my personal one, so it's got no mascara on it, and you use the pressure as well as the heat just to push your lashes up. The tip with this, most people just do the roots of the lashes and then press at the bottom and then they think they're done, but no, you walk out the lash curler, so you release it and you go further down the lash towards the tips, waiting at each place for a few seconds before going, finishing right down to the tips of the lashes. So don't just do the base and think that you're done. You'll get a really nice curl rather than just a lift if you do it that way. So these, I get them online. I import them because they're not in stores, and I sell them for $22. So if you want to find those, you can contact me or look somewhere online, and they have AAAs in them as well. Or you get AAAs for them. So this is one of my little secret tools that I use every few days, and I find the curl lasts really nicely. The fourth product I want to share with you is called the Brush Egg. as a little brush cleaner. Just like that, brush egg. Pop your fingers in and just using the textured surface to help clean your brushes, so that when you've got your product kind of loaded into the brush and it's hard to get out just with soap or shampoo on your hand or however you're doing it, this texture just helps get into the bristles. So I find that by running the water over it when I've already got lots of soap on the brush or cleaner on the brush, then I'll just use a backwards and forward scrubbing motion to help get into the bristles and get the product out that way. It also has these little tiny textured surfaces here for things like lip brushes, concealer brushes, anything that has gunk that just doesn't get out by normal washing. So that's the brush egg. And the fifth one I want to share with you, is this product. It's not opened, it's brand new. This is a NYX Jumbo Eyeliner Pencil, or Jumbo Eye Pencil, and it's in the colour Milk. They've got a whole range of shades, but this is white. It actually looks like pure clown white when you put it on, and I use it as an eye base. I'm not wearing it now, but on most of my customers to brighten the eye area. It could just be for the waterline, but I find it's kind of a bit big and clunky for that. But I use that right across the eye and perhaps under the brow, where I'm going to keep the colours on the eyes pale or bright. And I'll use this as a base. One, it keeps the product on really nicely so that you can kind of sleep in the makeup if you really wanted to, and the next day there's no creasing or anything like that. It's really gorgeous at helping the colours last. It also makes the colours a bit more vibrant. Plus, if you're trying to get a really pale colour on your lid, often you can't do that just with a pale eyeshadow alone. You actually have to take the colour or take the skin lighter than it naturally is, so that it can look pale with the finished result rather than just looking skin coloured if you actually want it to be paler than your skin. So that's the NYX Jumbo Eyeliner Pencil, and you can find these online for a few dollars, and I sell them for $10, $12, $15. So those are my 5 different products. Just to recap, my favourite kabuki brush, really soft bristles for applying foundation quickly and cleanly. The matte wear foundation from Mary Kay Cosmetics, that's just a train going past our house. The brush egg for cleaning your brush. The heated eyelash curler for getting a really nice curl in your lashes without just using force but by using heat as well. And the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk for brightening your eye area and helping your eyeshadows last. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want more unbiased beauty advice that's not just restricted to one overpriced brand, go to my website www.abeautifuleducation.co.nz. abeautifuleducation.co.nz.